Assalamualaikum and good day to all. My name is Siti Fatimah Muhammad from the Faculty of Food Science and Technology, University Putra Malaysia. Together with my undergraduate students, Nur Nasuha Min Atata, we would like to present our paper entitled Motivation and Barrier Factors of the Career Intention in the Hospitality Industry, a Systematic Literature Review. Okay, we'll go to the introduction. Okay, the problem statement is there are many hospitality students around the world chose to not work in the hospitality industry after they graduated for various reasons. And due to the reluctance to pursue career in the hospitality industry, the turnover rate is considered high compared to other industries. And there is no published SLR that address the motivation and barrier factors of the career intention in the hospitality industry. So this study aimed to identify the motivation and barrier factors that significantly influence student career intention in the hospitality industry. It is hoped that this study can bridge the gap in the literature of hospitality students' career intentions toward hospitality industry, and is as a time-efficient reference for future researchers, scholar, or policymaker to improve the employment in the hospitality industry. Okay, so for the literature review, we have a number of types of review available, okay, that we can apply, okay, starting from first one, critical review, to the type number 14, umbrella review. And this study applied a systematic literature review, yeah? Right. So these are the most common types of review in research, okay, including systematic review and narrative review. But due to the time constraint, I'm not going to explain each of the types of review, okay. I'll go, okay, we have meta-analysis and literature review, okay. I'll go to the steps to conduct SLR, meaning that the method that we use, okay, implemented by this study. All right. So the first one is the we have like 7 steps to conduct the SLR or systematic literature review. Okay. The very first step is the development and validation of the review protocol or publication standard, okay, or reporting standard or guidelines. So researcher can refer to these 3 types of guidelines to serve as a framework of the SLR. Researchers can also refer to the previous SLR studies because SLR is closely associated with the concept of replicate. Okay, step number 2, the second step is to formulate the research questions. The process of formulating research questions is divided into quantitative and qualitative. Okay, to help formulate the quantitative research question, researchers can use tools. Yeah. Okay, the third step is the systematic searching strategy. Okay, there are 3 phases in this step, namely the first one, identification, the second one, screening, and the third one, eligibility. During the identification phase, researchers can identify the main keywords from the research questions. Yeah, once the keywords are identified, they can be enriched to form inclusive search strings. Usage of multiple databases and manual searching techniques are encouraged to ensure maximum coverage of article searching process. Okay, the screening and eligibility phase are done by sorting the relevant articles using the inclusion and exclusion criteria. Okay, the fourth step is quality appraisal. So this SLR adopted the modified Critical Appraisal Skills, okay, CASP checklist, due to the similar construct of the study. So this checklist consisted of 15 items under 4 sections, okay, study overview, data collection, data analysis, and findings. So for each criteria, the reviewer will award points accordingly. So 0 point for no, 1 point for cannot tell, and 2 points for yes. So at the end, the total points will be calculated. An article is deemed low quality if the total score is 0 to 10 points, okay? Medium quality from 11 to 20 points, and high quality from 21 to 30 points. So the fifth step is data extraction, yeah, where the researcher can extract as much data that is deemed to be helpful in answering the research questions. It can be done using advanced tools such as STI or using a simple literature matrix in Microsoft Word or Microsoft Excel. The sixth step, right? The extracted data will be synthesized into quantitative, qualitative, or both. Okay, and finally, the seventh step is data demonstration. Researchers can refer to reporting standards for suggestions on things that could be demonstrated in SLR. Okay. Okay, so these are the literature review that we obtained for the motivation factors, okay, from Atif and Al-Balushi 2017, encouraging working condition and proper income. And for the barrier factors, okay, like low job satisfaction, poor working condition, and lack of benefits, okay, duality of the hospitality industry image and negative portrayal, right? Okay, so this is the methodology part. Okay, I'm not going to explain because I have explained in the literature review, okay, just now. Okay, I'll skip this one, right? And this is how we apply each of the 7 steps for the SLR, starting from the guideline development, okay, formulation of the research question, the search strategy, okay, where we include articles from 2010 to 2021 using the database from Scopus, Mendeley, Emerald, Science Direct, and CAB Direct, and snowballing. Yeah. All right, and this is for the quality appraisal, okay, starting from using the CASP checklist, okay, with 15 criteria. Okay, and next for the data extraction, so these are the aspects that we extract according to year, author, title, journal, objective, sample, finding, excerpts, and instrument. Okay, and this is the excerpt, okay, of literature metrics in Excel. Okay, and when we go for the 6th step, the data synthesis, okay, this study used thematic analysis to synthesize the data, okay, because thematic analysis is the most suitable in synthesizing mixed research design. Okay, and this is the final step, the data demonstration, okay, where this just example of a Prisma flow diagram, okay. Okay, this is the flow chart of the search process, okay, where we obtained 283 articles from those databases, Scopus, Mendeley, Emerald, Science Direct, and CAB Direct, okay, and then we excluded 188, okay, you can see the reasons up there, okay, and then we extract 295 articles, and then we excluded 83 due to the full text screening, and finally we obtained 17 relevant articles, yeah. Okay, and okay, so these are the results and discussion. So we can see the graph of frequency against the country the studies took place. Okay, we can see that the highest frequency from United Kingdom in Cyprus, right? And this is the name of the journal that published, okay, the included articles, right? The one with a high frequency is Journal of Hospitality, Leisure, Sport and Tourism. Okay, 4 articles. Okay, 2 articles from Journal of Teaching in Travel and Tourism, and 2 articles from Education and Training. Okay, so this is the graph of frequency against the year included articles are published. Okay, we can see that there were 4 articles published in 2017. Okay, 3 articles in 2020, right? And 2 articles from in 2012, 2015, and 2018. Okay, so we have extracted the motivation factors of hospitality students' career intention in the hospitality industry, where there are 5 themes extracted, okay, for these factors, okay, starting with the effective internship setting, okay, obtained from these authors. So some of the quotations, okay, we can extract from, for example, like Tuisi and Brennan 2020, or where the managers are involved with our learning goals and come up with ideas or small assignments, such as shadowing the event manager or giving a masterclass to team about the wines, okay, but I'm not going to explain, okay, each of the quotation due to the time constraint of this presentation. Okay, so we go to the second theme. Okay, the second theme of motivation factor is because the students has passion for the industry, right? And the third one is because of the employment opportunity. The fourth factor, because of the well-established companies. Okay, and the fifth factors, because of these surroundings. For example, like author of Walmsley in 2012. Okay, the article included, I just seems to have always worked in a pub, and then that sort of, I'm good at it, so why don't I do it for career, right? Okay, for the barrier factors, okay, we have 8 themes extracted for the barrier factors of hospitality students' career intention in hospitality industry. Okay, the first one is because of the nature of work, okay, because the students do not really prefer the nature of work in the hospitality industry. Okay, the second one is the country specific issues. The third one, the industry education gap. Okay, the fourth barrier is the lack of information. The fifth barrier is the industry image. As we know that most of the articles perceive that the hospitality industry image is not does not have a good image, okay, among the hospitality students. Okay, the sixth barrier is the bad internship experience. And 7, because of the attitude. Okay, and the final theme that we extracted from the SLR is the managerial incompetencies, right? Okay, so those are the motivation and the barrier factors that we extracted from the SLR. Okay, so for the conclusion, all right, the finding of the study, okay, managed to extract 5 themes of motivation factors and 8 themes of barrier factors that influences hospitality students' career intention in the hospitality industry. And the most constructive motivation factors is effective internship setting, and the most prominent barrier factor is the nature of work. Right? So the findings of the study were based on quotes from spontaneous answer of the interviewee. Okay, so some quotes are not explicit enough. Okay, and therefore interpretation were based on the author's assumption. Yeah. So we really hope that these studies could apply, okay, as a reference for educators of hospitality related courses to gain an insight into hospitality student career decision, and the industry practitioner can use this SLR to create a better working environment. Okay, and for the limitation, all right, as I mentioned that they were inexplicit quotes and the gray literature was not included in the SLR process, and it derived from non-hospitality educators' perspective. Yeah, and it is recommended to include the gray literature, okay, and to include articles other than English language, and also it is good, okay, if future research can conduct meta-analysis with the quantitative studies, right? So these are the references, okay, for this slide, right? So I think that's all. Thank you very much.